Hello, welcome. Today I have with me Amelia from Ankors Education here in Nelson. Thank you, Amelia, so much for joining us today. And for anybody that don't know me, my name is Wendy. I am a real estate agent with Remax RHC Realty here in Nelson. Oh, thank you so much again for joining me, Amelia.
No worries, happy to be here.
So how about I get you to start by just describing what your organization does?
Yeah, absolutely. So originally, Anchors was founded to support people who are living with or affected by HIV/AIDS, hepatitis C, and other bloodborne pathogens. We work from a wellness model focusing on support, advocacy, harm reduction, prevention, education, and a delivery of programs and services that are client-centered, non-judgmental, and barrier-free. And we've now since expanded to offer a large number of programs and variety of services to people that live in the Kootenay region. So, for example, at our downtown location in Nelson, service users can come by to access nutrition and hydration, harm reduction supplies, condoms and safer sex supplies, naloxone kits and training, an overdose prevention site, drug testing, phone and restrooms, and also referrals for further peer support, STI testing, or Hep C treatment, and HIV treatment and support.
Oh, that covers a lot. So what is something that most people might not know about Anchors Education?
Well, we actually have a sister site in Cranbrook, so many people might
Okay.
be aware that in Nelson we obviously have our office here, but we have a sister site in Cranbrook which provides programs and services to the broader East Kootenay region. And together, our site in Nelson and then our site in Cranbrook really provide support to the entire Kootenay region. So not only do we here in Nelson provide services to people that live in Nelson, but we also have a mobile outreach team and a number of staff that visit other communities in the region regularly to offer peer support and provide harm reduction supplies.
Amazing. So Amelia, why did you decide to work with Anchors?
I'm pretty passionate about harm reduction, education. I had a background in sexual health, um, and feel that it's really important to continue to work to dismantle the stigma surrounding drug use, homelessness, and poverty that exists. And as many are aware, maybe some not, the overdose crisis has taken the lives of so many people in our country, province, and in our own community. And it feels like at this point, almost everyone I know has a direct or an indirect connection to someone who did lose their life to this toxic drug supply. Um, so Anchors really, does their best to support those who are affected by this crisis and works to end it. And I was really inspired by their holistic, peer-driven, and really inclusive, non-judgmental approach, and was motivated to join them um, in this kind of ongoing fight to decriminalize drug use and this overdose crisis and ultimately stop the war on drugs.
Exactly. This is something that is just so needed in our world right now. Like just
Mm.
reading in last week's paper, just in our tiny little community of Nelson, where there was 6 overdoses in a period of 24 hours. That's
Yes,
just,
exactly.
yeah, so needed. So
Hmm.
what is something that has surprised you most while working with Anchors?
I would say, sort of in an ongoing sense, I'm continually surprised and really motivated by the resilience of the people that I work with here at Anchors, our staff, as well as our community and the people that we serve, in the face of this ongoing overdose crisis, which really is changing and intensifying and getting worse day by day. So we see that, our community, our service users, and our staff are continually coming up with really new creative solutions and strategies to fight for change, combating the stigma that we're working against every day, and ultimately pushing for higher level policy changes to to move forward and end the crisis that we're living in.
Amazing, amazing. So what is one of the most memorable experiences you have had working with Anchors? It's
Well,
probably a whole bunch, but
yeah, I thought a bit about this, and I was trying to think of something uh, more positive and lighthearted, but ultimately, the word most memorable, I will say, does not draw up very happy memories.
Mhm.
Um, Probably what I would speak to the most memorable experience I've had so far, and I will preface this with the fact that I've just come into this position full time since October.
Yeah.
I was here previously in a more casual role, but so in this time that I've been here more recently, those memorable experiences are two occasions when I had heard about someone who I had worked with here, provided service to, and known dying from a fatal from an overdose. And that has occurred twice since I started working in this position. Um, Full time. And I was really fortunate I was able to attend a memorial that some of our staff and our community held for one of these individuals. And that for sure is a memory that will stick with me for some time. And I'm sure as anyone who's experienced this knows, it's both devastating but incredibly frustrating when someone in our community passes to a toxic drug poisoning.
No, for sure. And like you said, it just seems to be happening more and more, which is why the work that you guys are doing is just so important.
Mhm.
So what does the future hold for Anchors?
Oh, that's a big question. Well, our programs are all evolving kind of continually as the needs of our service users change, and as this overdose crisis continues to develop. I will say I can't really speak to the future agendas for all of the programs,
Yeah.
but I'm happy to highlight a few upcoming projects and changes that I am aware of. Um, so the first is a dialogue project with the Canadian Drug Policy Coalition called Getting to Tomorrow. You can actually check out, they have a website. If people want to check it out, Getting to Tomorrow would be the thing to type in there. And this will be an event that will take place next fall. We're looking at October and will involve a number of stakeholders from the community as well as peers with lived experience to engage in a guided discussion and dialogue around certain topics that we've identified to be really relevant to the overdose crisis and drug policy in specific areas where we're hoping to see change. And this is, part of a national project. So Anchors is really excited to be involved and then to be able to have the opportunity to share stories and experiences from our rural lens and representing this rural context at a national level. And then one of a big hope, and we're kind of, waiting around right now, looking for funding. Ultimately, we're hoping to purchase a van,
Oh,
um,
nice.
which would allow us to create a kind of a mobile outreach clinic to better serve people that we are still providing services to in rural communities. And it would just be, kind of the ultimate way to incorporate drug testing, harm reduction, supply, delivery, education around harm reduction. We could have an overdose prevention site on board, medical services like wound care, and so many services could really be incorporated, and that would just be, a very safe, secure, clean option that would allow us to, go right to the people that need those services and meet them exactly where they're at. So fingers crossed that we can maybe make that happen in the next couple of
Exactly.
years.
So with something like that, so it's government funding, and do you guys also accept like donations from
We do,
people?
yeah. We kind of have an ongoing fund for donations. Generally, community donations go to the Anchors Foundation Fund, which
Okay.
is directly supporting people who are living with HIV or AIDS in any sort of supports or medications or fund. They might need, for example, funding to travel to another community for an appointment or something like that. So generally, our community donations go directly to that fund. Otherwise, we get donations from, sorry, not donations, but we get funding from government and other organizations and things.
Okay, wonderful. And see if somebody in the community wanted to make a donation to Anchors, how would they go about doing that?
I guess there could be a few different pathways. Our office is open. We're at the end of Baker Street by the four-way stop. 101 Baker Street is the address, and we run services here Monday through Thursday from 9:30 to 4:30. We also do on Fridays run an opioid agonist therapy clinic, so there is generally staff on site on that day as well. So weekdays we're here, normal work hours, and anyone is welcome to stop by, and they can, coordinate that with our administrative department. Alternatively, people can contact us by phone. The main office phone is 250-505-5506. Or we are also on social media, Facebook and Instagram. So if people wanted to get in touch for any sort of questions, they can use any of those pathways.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'll put those links in our interview here for anybody who's interested.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, Amelia, to speak with me. As I said, what you guys are doing is just so important for the community of Nelson and overall the Kootenays. Like you said, you've got offices in Cranbrook and everything now.
Mhm.
So thank you for what you do, and thank you for joining me to share what you do here in Nelson.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to
Okay,
perform as a space to
you
share.
are very welcome. Well, thank you everybody for watching today. Once again, Amelia with Anchors, thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Thank you.